For Friday, the 4th of August, this is Around Midnight with the Local Boys. Right here on the YouTube channel for Mixified Radio. I am Joe Carbonetta. I've got Fluker over here. And we've got CJ, who's suddenly concerned about the air conditioner. I don't know why. We leave it on for every show. And tonight he wants to turn it off.
Let's see how hot it gets. We're going to heat things up around here.
It's quite chilly in here.
That's only because of Chevelle.
That made 0 sense.
Cold, cold heart.
I can't hear it. Oh, I can hear me now. Wait, what?
All right.
I have a heart?
Well, good to see you guys tonight. We've got lots to talk about this evening. If you would like to join our conversation this evening, the phone lines are open. It's 951-356-6882. Once again, that's area code 951-356-6882. And you can join our conversation. Also, you can reach us on the web. Fluker, why don't you let us know how that works?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and click on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Mixified Radio. You can give us a tweet at Mixified or email us, snail mail. We should just call email snail mail now. There's so many faster ways.
That's not snail mail, though. Snail mail is when you put something in the good old
compared to like everything else
just
the
plain
kids
old mail.
do nowadays, Snapchats and IMs and everything. Email is essentially snail mail because you have to go get it and read it. But anyway, you could email us at Gmail, mixified@gmail.com.
Mixified that's MIXA, mixified@gmail.com. What's the matter now?
Bring me up. Turn my headphones up.
Turn your headphones up.
Yeah.
All right. How's that?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Apparently, CJ couldn't hear himself.
I'm wearing 2 pairs of headphones right now.
Why are you wearing 2 pairs of headphones?
Because I need to hear lots of things.
All the things.
These things that you're hearing, do they tell you
Wait,
to do?
shh, they're talking.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. They tell you to do things. Should we be concerned?
Well, I shouldn't be.
Oh.
They're not telling me to do bad things to me.
Okay. All right. Well, so, CJ, I'm going to start off this Friday night like I start off every Friday night with... Well, I don't think I can do this. Can I do this? Trump in the news. So, that was pretty cool. I wasn't sure that was going to work.
Well, now you got to turn that into one of those drops.
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah, I got to do that.
That worked exceedingly well.
We got to do that next time
Yeah,
for sure.
we haven't even talked about time zones yet.
Thanks for bringing that one up, CJ.
A regular segment.
Yeah,
Time zone update.
We were trying to leave that alone, but we're not going to get away with that, evidently. So, yeah, it looks like your man Trump is slowly sinking in the quicksand of his own mess. Because
okay, hold on. How is this hit? Okay, it's his
own
it's
machinations.
it's all his fault.
Mess, yeah.
So now it looks like he may be facing possible charges of obstruction of justice.
Never going to happen.
Behind the Comey scandal.
Never going to happen.
You don't think so?
No, it's not going to
Because
happen.
the president can't be charged?
Yeah, because he'll
it's
try
not
and
that.
pardon himself at some point.
Wasn't that kind of the whole crux of, I forget whose it was, testimony? Was it? There's a little guy with a peanut head. I can't remember his name.
The little guy with
But
the
he was saying
peanut
that he
head.
wouldn't testify because he didn't want to say something that Trump wouldn't be able to give himself the ability to deny later or something like that. At least that's the spin that CNN was putting on it.
Was that the fan on your computer or on Todd's computer that
Probably
I
on
was listening
his.
to?
Probably mine.
Oh my God, that thing is loud.
Yeah.
Was it spicy?
Maybe I should turn the air conditioner back on.
Maybe you should.
I could drown out some of the fan noise.
Seriously, holy cow, that thing was noisy.
I told you, that's why I got to have the extra fan.
Yeah, seriously. And apparently we need a much larger. Maybe we should get a box fan, put it on a table, and we can set your computer atop that. And it
yeah.
might actually kill some of that that fan noise.
Chevelle's got the newest laptop, yet for some reason we're using my laptop for all the heavy-duty lifting.
What? What yours actually has a
That's
better
because
processor.
he bought the fantastic top of the line machine. It was so top of the line, it doesn't have
top
an
of the
Ethernet
line. I mean,
connection.
it's maybe on the line, but it's not the top of the line.
Yeah, every time he goes up to one of our computers, he's like, Why? What's wrong with your touchscreen?
I do that so much now. I found myself doing that on my television.
I'm going to try and forget you said that.
Why are you that close to your television?
I actually got up and walked to the television.
Like, what's wrong with this
to
touchscreen?
pause
It's
Please,
out of my
please
reach.
tell me you are making that up.
It was late. I was a little tired. I walked up to the TV and I touched it, and it didn't pause. I'm like, what the? Oh.
Was this after you ate half a
That's
pizza?
pretty. No, by the way, did you notice that CJ is totally trying to deflect the story about?
I don't think
About
it's going to
Trump.
happen. I think that a lot of this is fake news.
Really?
Okay? Yes, really.
I think
There is
he is going to be
so
the victim
much smoke
of a
screening
witch
going
hunt.
on.
I really do think they are starting a witch hunt now because they're looking for something to take him down with. But it's because he has been so inflammatory in every way, shape, form, and sense of the word from the moment he got into the big office.
There is no crime against being inflammatory.
Perhaps there isn't, but
In fact,
you know,
I hear it's a medical condition.
The thing is that basically everybody else is so conservative and so tight in politics that he's looked at as one gigantic hemorrhoid, and they are loading up the Preparation H cannons to get him.
Wow. How long were you working on that one?
You know, that just came to me just now. Seriously.
Wow.
You're just mad you didn't think of it.
Kind of gross, actually. That is, wow. It's interesting you should say that, though, because he has successfully alienated
Everyone.
yeah, pretty much everyone. I don't want to say everyone because the same thing people were saying before Trump is true today, before he became president. That's what I mean when I say before Trump. And that is that the people who are his hardcore supporters are going to be his hardcore supporters, period. There's nothing you can do about those people. The other people that may not have been those hardcore supporters but still voted for him anyway just knew they did not want Hillary.
Yeah.
And I've said since
I really
midnight that night in November, when people started crying and admitting that they had in fact elected Trump president, that was one of leading up to it. I was not, and I would probably say that I actually am not a Trump supporter.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting that you say that because, well, you know what, I'm going to just go out and say, my wife, I didn't want to throw her under the bus, but my wife pointed out that you have done a 180.
I'm not a Trump supporter.
Since his election, because prior to his election, you were talking about him like, oh my God, I can't believe he's gotten that far. And since he got on there, you've become fanboy number one.
No, I'm not a fanboy.
Yes, you are.
No, let me explain what I am.
Okay.
Because I do not like Trump. I do not like his tactics. I actually do not like a lot of his policies. I don't know all of them. Yeah, I do not.
I do not like him here. I do not like him there.
I do not like him
anywhere.
He's really not very good at a whole lot of things. The one thing he is good at is the thing that got him into the presidency, and that is
being the
marketing
hemorrhoid.
and branding. He's good at marketing and branding himself. And part of the reason why he has been so successful is because he's managed to surround himself by people who like him and are loyal to him.
Mm-hmm.
And when they stop liking him and stop being loyal to him, he gets rid of them.
Yeah.
And you don't have to look too far past.
Which is how come they're now looking at him
Schmoyo
for
or whatever that
obstruction of
guy's name
justice.
was.
Because when Comey stopped being on his side and started
Well,
looking at him
Comey was never
cross-eyed,
on his side.
all of a sudden now he's gone. If that doesn't look suspicious, I'm not sure what would.
But I
'cause
still
he
don't
was
think they're
going
going to
around
get anything on him.
around the White House saying, you're loyal to me over everything else, right?
Well,
Didn't he ask for oath
Yeah,
of
that's
loyalty
what he was
in
saying.
the
Yeah,
very
he did.
beginning?
Actually
He did.
saying that to
He did.
people.
One of the guys that I've been listening to recently during the politics, there's these two. There's you got the conservative tirades and you got the liberal tirades. That I would go as far as to say leftist. The leftists, they don't make any sense at all. The liberals, they can make sense. Leftists make sense. There's a distinction. I watch Ben Shapiro. He can explain it better than me. Anyway, but Ben Shapiro has this one thing that he says about Trump because he is a very conservative guy, and he was not a Trump supporter. He's still not a Trump supporter. He was one of the never Trumpers that made all of the other Trump supporters very angry. And one of the things he says, a lot of people try to attribute his behavior to malice, and he says never attribute to malice what you can attribute to to stupidity. A lot of what he's doing is just stupid, but people are acting like he's some super genius, insane guy who's just on a tirade, and I don't think that's the case. I think he genuinely did not expect to get as far as he did. When he got there, he thought he could run it the same way he runs everything else, and he's learning very quickly that it doesn't work that way. That's the reason why he can't get this health bill pushed through. That's the reason why he sends out these random tweets. He's basically just baiting people, and they go for it every single time. So I don't know why people get so angry at Trump when you see it. He is basically an internet troll who happens to be sitting in the Oval
With a
Office.
really bad comb over.
Personified.
Yeah, he is the most powerful man in the world is now an internet troll. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll buy that. I believe that.
But the thing is,
as far
people
as-
know this and they still fall
Well,
for
yeah,
it.
but the thing is, they're not used to. He is not playing their game.
Yeah,
You know,
and I that's the one thing I like
they
about
don't
it.
know how to deal with that. They don't know how to deal with somebody who doesn't play by
So
their
what are they
rules.
trying to do? They're trying to say, well, we got to dig up something on him and get rid of him. You can't, because here's the other thing about Trump. Whatever they dig up on Trump, if he turns that back and uses the exact same thing against them, every single person that's pointing that finger at Trump has more dirt than he has.
That's probably true. That's probably very true.
That's
but I
definitely
don't
true.
think that he's savvy enough to dig it up on
He
them.
doesn't have to be. Because if they dig deep enough, if they point to some relationship, let's say he actually does have some intimate relationships with some Russians, I guarantee you, whoever Trump has access to, Hillary had access to, or Obama had access to, and I remember this video, I saw it years ago, before Obama's second election. He was at one of those meetings with Putin, and he said, the things that I want to do, I can't do right now, but after this election, I'll be able to do them. He was basically saying, I'm going to lean more toward Russia and let you guys have more access.
That's the thing,
and I think
though.
it was specifically about Syria.
How dare you besmirch Obama.
Maybe Obama had some kind of connections, and maybe Clinton did too,
They
but
all
neither
do.
one of them
They
are
all
in
do.
the White House right now.
My point is this, though.
Uh-huh.
They're just mad because they don't agree with Trump. But Obama did everything they say they don't like Trump doing. Obama did those things more. Obama deported more people than any president prior to him. Obama's health care plan is a tragic failure. Everybody's saying they have health care, but nobody looks at the timelines that were implemented for the health care plan. Everybody's premiums are going to shoot up more in the next couple of years. And it's built into the legislation that that's what's going to happen because the government knows they can't pay for it.
Oh, yeah. It's not a stretch to understand that what they've been doing is not sustainable long term.
So why is everybody acting like it's a holy grail when it's not? It's just a poison that works slowly, but it's still poison. And we're going to praise him for giving us a slow-working poison? I can't get with that. So again, that's the only reason why I ever say, I almost said go Trump, but I can't bring myself to do it. That's the only reason why I say I think Trump is what America needs, is because he's done two things, and I've been very consistent about this point. He did what he said he was going to do, or at least he tries to do what he said he was going to do. Every other president, ever since I've been voting, has always made promises, and every single one of them failed. I'm still waiting for those 1,000 points of light from the first Bush.
1,000 points.
I'm still waiting for some of the economics to trickle down from Reagan. It never happens. Clinton did more to hurt the communities he's supposed to represent than any other president. It was under him that we got 3 strikes laws. It was under him that the crack laws became like the worst. How is it that marijuana is rated by the FDA as more dangerous than cocaine? And how is it that you can have 1 gram rock and you're doing 20 years, but you have 20 pounds of cocaine and you do 5?
I think the reason, and I'm
The
going to go out on a limb
rich
here.
man's drug.
The reason that marijuana was labeled more dangerous is because they've always considered marijuana to be the quote-unquote gateway drug. It was
But that
it's the
makes
stuff
no
that everybody.
sense.
Well, no, it does make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Everybody knows that marijuana is not nearly as dangerous, as potent, as destructive as some of those other drugs. But the problem is, you start using the marijuana. You like the way it feels. Eventually, you build up a tolerance.
That
You need to
simply
use
isn't
more.
true.
And at some point, you
That
want
simply isn't
a
true.
bigger high, so you graduate to something else.
Simply isn't true.
Well,
But
it's the same method.
there-
Wait,
no,
it's
there's-
not
It is the
untrue.
same
methodology
No, it's
by
not
which
true.
auto manufacturers try to sell cars. You have the base model,
not the same
stripped down
methodology.
car. Yes, it is. You have the base model car that brings everybody in. It's the first time buyer car, and then they hope that you enjoy driving that so much that you graduate as you get older to one of their more top of the line jobs with more bells and whistles on it.
People
It's
don't go
basic
looking
marketing.
for crack because they smoked marijuana. People smoke crack because somebody gave them crack for free, and they know once you try crack, you get hooked. Nobody ever went and bought a dime bag and it's like, you know what, today I'm going to try some crack. No, somebody has to give you the crack. It's not a gateway where you go buy marijuana and then the next day you want to go buy some cocaine. It does not work that way. And typically, the bigger problem isn't that marijuana leads to these issues. The problem is what is making a person look for drugs in the first place, because it's not recreation. These people are trying to escape their lives, which are full of turmoil. If you look at the 80s in the inner city, you can look at the inner city now. People are suffering, and they're looking for a way out. There's this one rap artist, and he did this song called Hypotenuse, and the chorus of the song is, "I don't want to have
geometry reference." Because my eyes are glazing over as we speak.
Well, no, but the chorus of the song, his name is Selah the Corner. You can look him up. The
Google it.
Chorus of the song. The chorus of the song is, "I don't want to have to get high to get sober," and that's because for some people, just to get to a level where their stress is not killing them, they have to take something to calm themselves down.
Which is why our show is here. So give us a call tonight at 951-356-6882. And we'll help bring you down or bring you up. I don't know. Where do we go with that?
My point is, Trump's not going anywhere, people. Suck it up. Deal with it.
Well, I don't know.
He's not going anywhere.
That machine is building steam, and we may see him get hurt before this is over with.
They would do better for themselves to keep him in there than to get rid of him.
Do you think he's going to win
if they get
another
Trump
4 years?
out, then who's next in line?
I don't see him getting reelected, but then I didn't see him getting elected. So,
he's already campaigning.
Yeah.
And doing well.
Huh. Well, anyway.
And it's not because he's that great. It's because the Republicans suck and the Democrats suck, and third parties are not an option. That's the reason why he's going to win.
Speaking of useless things, Todd, you were looking around on the internet or something today, and you discovered what did you call it? The Tata towel?
Tata towel.
Yeah. What about this?
It's burning up the internets. Oh wait, we got a YouTube comment.
About how I'm right.
Aaron says, "That's not how drugs work, dude."
That is how drugs work.
Wait,
I've done plenty. I'd know.
Oh. Well, Aaron. So, Aaron, how do they work? Please let us know. I would like your expert opinion.
Oh, I don't know.
Google it.
I remember hearing some people talk about that. One of the things that does actually more of a gateway drug, as people would call it, is people that are getting prescriptions of things, pain medicines,
a lot of those
things
prescriptions
like that.
are opiate based.
Yeah, and then when they run out of that prescription, then they're looking for something that's a similar high to maintain that level of quote unquote pain management.
Well, see, the other thing
and then that leads them to things like
those prescription drugs, those opioids, is that you build up a tolerance and you require a larger dose until eventually the dose becomes so large that it begins to shut down the autonomic nervous system, and parts of the body that function autonomously begin to malfunction. But so these gateway drugs, can you hide them in your Tata towel? I mean, tell me about this. What is the deal with the Tata towel?
Well, this really got some other comments going. I have a comment from someone named Isaac. He says, "I wish someone could notice me." And it's got a little sad face. We're here for you, Isaac.
We notice you, Isaac.
We're here. We're here to talk to you. Yeah, Chevelle, I was gonna ask you, how is it on the OBS here? You can like take a page you're looking at. Like if I Googled, say, the Tata towel,
are you gonna try and put that on the camera for us right now? This is some high tech stuff right here. A reminder once again that you can get in touch with us. We are live. We will put you on it's not really on the air. We'll put you on the net with us right now if you give us a call at 951-356-6882. All right, so if you want to get noticed, give us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you. Again, 951-356-6882. We are live. Tonight is Friday, August the 4th, 2017, and you do have the local boys right here. That's CJ Devine with the back of his head to the camera, and Fluker right over here who is manning the internets, the interwebs, and you got myself, Joe Carbonetta, and we are the local boys.
So, Joe.
Yeah.
Imagine you're getting ready for a date.
Okay, all right.
He'd have to be imagining.
But I'm imagining. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going with this.
That's the only way he's getting ready for a date.
And then, you get out of the shower and you're going over to the vanity to do your makeup up. And
Okay, now we're really starting to stretch it, but okay, keep going.
then you're, working hard on your face, and then you find that your underboobs are getting all sweaty. What are you going to do about that?
I don't know, Todd. What do you do about that?
We have just the thing for that. It's called the ta-ta towel.
Wait, are we getting a promotional kickback from these people, or why are you doing what am I looking? What's the word I am looking for here?
Unsolicited?
No, not unsolicited. It's not that they didn't ask for it.
Non-endorsed?
That's it. Thank you. A non-endorsed ad.
Ooh. Oh, look at this.
Really? That's the sound you're going to make?
Ooh.
Yeah. So anyway,
So,
go with this, but try not to turn it into an advertisement. Because, by the way, we're not affiliated with the Ta-Ta towel in any way, shape, or
Maybe
form.
you're not. No.
it's just the item that's blowing up the internet.
However, we are accepting donations, and if you'd like your product advertised on our show, give us a call at the same number, 951-356-6882. You can always leave us a message, even if we're not live, and we'll get back to you. So going on with your story, Todd.
So
You totally got to stop cutting them off.
It's hard for you to see over there.
Every time he
Joe,
tries to say
but,
something, you're interrupting him.
Maybe you can swing on
Stop
over
interrupting.
here and
All
take
right,
a
I'm
look
gonna
at this,
swing over.
at this delicious product. It is essentially a towel for women that hangs around the neck and cradles the bosom.
But what is the purpose of this towel? I mean, isn't that a brassiere? I mean, that's already been invented, right?
This is for a totally different purpose. This is for, I don't know,
Yeah.
lounging purposes.
So it's a snuggie for your boobs? I mean,
yeah.
what is
Yeah,
that
that sounds
exactly?
about right.
There we go. We make a competing product called the Boob Snuggie.
The boogie?
No, that sounds
What?
gross.
The buggy?
No, boogie. Okay, all right. So, did you buy one of these for your wife or something? I mean, I don't understand why we're talking about this.
Just saw all the headlines today. Everybody's talking about this thing.
Everybody's
It is the hottest new item. It's probably sold out everywhere. You
Huh.
won't be able to find it.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that. And we got to take a break. We'll be coming back right after this. Remember, this is around midnight.
I still think we need to do a boob snuggie.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, there could be some money in this, but I'm trying to figure out why we would market this product. What is its purpose?
Maybe we need a
That's
female.
why women don't like
See,
you.
this is why we need a female perspective, someone to let us know.
That's it. If you're a woman and you're watching the show tonight, please give us a call at 951-356-6882. Or even you could just shoot us an email or something. Todd, why don't you give them that address again?
Mixified@gmail.com.
I don't know why nobody wants to call us. They'd all rather use the snail mail, as you are now referring to it. But,
faster.
Maybe Isaac could tell us.
oh, there you go. All right.
About the boob snuggie?
I mean, he's
Are
got
we going to a break?
He probably
Yeah,
knows.
I should
we
stop
are, but-
talking.
Yeah, that's all right. No, I'm still. I just.
Isaac really wants us to notice him.
I want to know how. Why? Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back right after this. right, we're back right here. It is around midnight with the local boys. CJ Divine, Todd Fluker, and myself, Joe Carbonetta, right here. And we hope you're enjoying tonight's show. We are live for Friday, August the 4th on 2017. Yeah, that's it. At
Do you really need to
2017.
say the year?
Huh? What?
Do you need to say the year?
No, I suppose I don't, but I'm throwing it in there anyway, just for archival purposes, you know. But seriously, we are live. You can give us a call, 951-356-6882. And also, Todd, give them the interwebs information.
Oh, yeah, you could check us out on Facebook. I'm sure if you're watching this stream, you probably got it from there. Facebook.com/Mixified Radio. Tweet us at Mixified. Mixified@gmail.com. And we got a message on the Facebook page from a guy named Anthony. He says, "What up, guys? From New Jersey, don't knock the Tata towel."
And it's actually midnight in New Jersey.
Don't knock the
It's
tatas.
after midnight.
Okay, but
Or is
I-
it midnight? No.
It's not that we're. It's not that. Well, okay,
Close.
I'm the one that's. I'm not really knocking it.
It's like 1.
Well,
Why are you
that's-
awake?
Don't know what it's for.
Then yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to understand the Tata towel.
It's not for understanding. It's for caressing and cradling your knockers.
It's not for you.
Yeah, you need the junk hammock or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
the banana. Yeah. What would you call that? The
nugget-
ding dong.
you
That would
need
be
the
the ding
nugget
dong
bucket.
towel.
The nugget
The
bucket.
nugget. The snugget.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna.
Okay, all right.
Snuggets.
So, interestingly enough, apparently, Todd was doing a lot of surfing on the internet this week. I don't know why, but he also came across a very interesting situation with Facebook. And would you like to expound on that a bit? This is this week's tech report on AI.
Oh, sorry, there was a weird error message from YouTube. Saying
Oh, I thought you
our
were still
thing
looking at the
stopped.
Tata towels or something.
Tata towels.
Anyway,
But yeah, we got there was a crazy story earlier this week about Facebook actually creating an AI to speak to one another. So they were essentially getting one AI to talk to another one.
and these were both created by Facebook. They were
Yeah.
two Facebook AIs.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know if they're just testing out chat things. It's probably something to sell something to us.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
They're
what it's gonna
probably
be.
honing in on how to get an AI to sound more like a person so that they can just use it to spam people and sell them whatever.
Interesting. Yeah, they're creating artificial chat rooms now.
But yeah, essentially this AI, I don't know what they told it to do, but what they found that it decided to do on its own was create its own language.
It went rogue. Are we actually getting a phone call
Oh,
into
yeah,
the show
We
tonight?
got a phone call. Let's see.
Are you kidding?
I don't know. Do you want to answer it?
Yeah, let's find out who's on the air or on the phone there.
Wait.
And you hung up on him.
It went off. Anyway.
Maybe somebody didn't believe we would actually put him on the air, and so they called the number just to see what would happen. And we really will. We really will try and talk to you.
We'll try.
Sometimes it
our
even works.
Yeah.
hardest. Well, it hasn't worked yet, but I'm sure it will work eventually.
Okay, so you were saying about the AIs.
Yeah, so the AIs decided they were going to create their own language.
Uh-huh.
And essentially the people didn't know what the AIs were doing. So, essentially, Skynet.
Great. Skynet on Facebook, no less.
Yeah.
So that's how the world is going to come to an end, is through Facebook.
I
That
think we got
I
a
think
caller.
that already
Let's bring
happened.
it up.
All right. Hey, how you doing
I
tonight?
hear you guys talking.
What?
Oh, am I on?
Yeah.
You're
Uh,
actually on. Yeah. who are we talking to?
She's just sitting there talking to herself like, I'm making words.
Wait,
come out
I'm
of my
sorry.
mouth."
Who are we talking to?
This is Little Chevelle.
Little Chevelle.
Yeah,
Little CJ?
Little Chevelle.
What's up, little
Little
CJ?
CJ.
How you doing?
Yeah, that's my
Nothing
little
much.
brother.
That's your little
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Trying to be all
I'm going to commentate
incognito.
about the Tata towel because I have Tatas. They get sweaty.
I'm concerned. I'm very
I
concerned.
do not need to
Wait,
be hearing
wait,
this
wait,
right
wait. Back
now.
up the truck just a minute here.
Hey, this is a new era.
Your little
okay?
brother.
Don't judge.
I'm just.
Yes, I'm the brother.
Don't judge.
I'm just really confused at this point.
So the Tata towel.
Okay,
And
What?
if she wants to be
I took
called
a new
he,
state-of-the-art medication
She-
and it made me grow boy boobs.
I so Wow, really? Man
So-
boobs. Those are not attractive. Man boobs are not attractive at all. I'm
So, shut up, Joe. I'm trying to learn about the Tata towel.
hey,
So the
hey.
Tata
Oh
towel,
my god.
what is the purpose?
Yes, do expound on the purpose for the Tata. Is it useful in any way,
Do
shape,
the
or form?
boobs get in your way? And they need wrangling?
Yeah, you weren't ready for this conversation to take that turn, were you?
I wasn't.
I thought-
Boobs need a towel. Boobs sweat. A towel would be cool.
So are you gonna?
but
Are you suggesting that you would wear this under your clothing like all day long just to absorb the sweat?
I think people would
well,
wear
no,
it
that's
as
kind of
clothing.
ridiculous and stupid. I mean, there's paper towels, and you could just. wipe
That would
your
be
boobs,
attractive. Just roll them up and stick them
Get
in.
some under boob
Yeah,
swipage.
you're putting. Yeah, you're calling Joe stupid for suggesting you're wearing the Tata towel, and you're saying you're gonna stuff
I don't.
paper towels in there.
I don't think.
Yeah.
You don't like me. Is that it?
She's loyal to Big CJ.
I guess so.
That's how we roll.
Gonna have Big
I
CJ
like you
back.
guys very much. I love all of you guys.
Okay.
Thanks for calling, little CJ.
I'm listening to myself on the show now because my feed finally caught up with the phone call.
Oh
Now
yeah,
I
yeah.
listen to
There is a
myself
bit of
while
a
I talk to you guys. It's like an inception around midnight.
there is a bit of a delay. There's a lag. You know,
Ooh.
we can't control that. Unfortunately, that's
Here
more of a
comes the
YouTube
kick.
thing.
We got to knock something
So
over.
do you guys think there should be like a ball towel?
We were debating whether we want to market something like that. I was trying to understand the usefulness of the Tata towel before we determine whether we want
But
to
there
invest
already
in the.
is a ball towel.
What would that be?
It's called a towel.
Isn't that the same thing for the boob snuggie?
The
I mean,
Tata towel?
I don't.
You
Yeah.
know, I guess it has something to do with the level of concern people have. I don't worry about my ball sweat as a general rule. It's not a big issue for me.
I think it's mostly about the
There's a
name.
joke in there somewhere, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
No, I just this whole conversation is so weird right now.
Leave Chevelle to his nugget bucket or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
The
snugget.
snugget.
What?
Yeah,
Well,
it just
You know what? We would like to say congratulations, by the way, for being the actual first live caller to make it completely onto the air here at Around Midnight.
Yay!
Well, Joe, no, we called him.
We did have Jeff, but Jeff doesn't really count
No, he
because
doesn't
we did
count.
call him, and
At
Jeff
all.
used to be on the show. So you're the
For
actual,
anything.
you're the first real caller that we have managed to successfully put on the air. So we'd like to
Yeah.
congratulate you for
Yeah.
that.
Where's all that? Hi.
Thank you.
And hopefully
do I
you'll
get
become-
things like
That's from the
donut?
phone.
What's that?
Do I
Roll
get a
off the
donut
high
or
end.
something?
Yeah, Chevelle's going to buy you a donut.
What?
Chevelle's
Cool.
totally going to buy you a donut.
Okay, them's fighting
He's
words.
definitely
Number one,
probably gonna
Chevelle's
buy
not
me
buying
something.
anybody anything. Number two, if Chevelle's buying donuts, he's not sharing.
I was going to say, I don't know how you will get it out of his hands. He may buy it for you, but that doesn't guarantee you'll get
You
to
know,
eat
I'm
it.
really a lousy gift giver. We should talk about
I know,
that at some
I know
point.
you are. Every
And-
once in a while, you
And I
actually get me
apologize.
I'm
something.
your only brother.
I have a rule. I don't even know that it's a rule. I only buy things I like. So
So as long
people
as
get gifts that I like.
as long as your tastes coincide.
Yeah, pretty much. So like,
Is that why I keep getting old copies of Playboy?
no, that's because I'm done with those.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I keep getting those as gifts.
So little CJ, our friend Isaac has another comment. He wants to know: I assume he's talking about the Tata towel. Is it like a really messed up neck pillow?
What?
I'm just putting all the Tata towel questions toward
I'm
you.
very concerned about Isaac.
I'm not. He's one of our only commenters, so I love him.
Yeah, but a neck
Yes.
a messed up
Oh,
neck pillow.
Yeah, I think that's basically what it is.
Did you see the picture?
It's an extended
saw the
neck pillow.
picture.
Looks like a messed up neck pillow. It looked like one of those things you wear on a flight, except deflated.
Okay,
Oh my
here's
God.
here's a question for you. As a potential user, that doesn't provide any support, I'm guessing.
I think it does provide a level of support.
I can't see how.
No.
I think there's like fishing line in there or something.
We are getting into the engineering of a booby bucket right now.
And it is
This is a real
actually, like,
conversation.
Getting up in there, and it
With
holds
hand
him-
gestures?
It's getting him, and it's holding him up.
There's got to be more efficient ways to hold
Yeah.
these things up.
And then after you put it on, you're like, ta-ta!
Okay.
Now Isaac says, "What about the Snuggie donut for the ball towel?" That's a good idea.
I don't
right
know
there.
about putting a ring on that. You know,
Oh.
that just doesn't sound like it would be a good idea.
Man.
Hey, some guys like that.
Yeah, that's a whole different
My buddy
problem
Anthony's
right there.
got a whole different thing, but I don't think I can say that. Here, Joe, you can say it if you want. No, that's not what I want.
Yeah,
Snuggie
What am I-
donut for the ball towel?
I can't read it. He sent something, but I can't read it. It's upside down.
This isn't Twin Peaks.
Yeah, forget. It'd take me too long to try and figure out what that
Yeah,
says.
can't
you know?
read upside
I'm,
down.
I'm like sitting here turning my head like that. Meanwhile, we actually have somebody on the phone.
Save for after the show.
Yay.
So, little CJ, how's your evening going? What do you got planned for the weekend?
I'm going to take some pictures
That's a thing.
in
It's a
downtown LA, and I'm gonna have a good time.
You're going to downtown LA?
It says some pictures?
Yeah,
Pictures of what?
yeah,
to
Walt
go downtown
Disney.
Wait.
concert hall.
You know,
Take pictures of cars and stuff.
Speaking of pictures,
Pictures.
there was a Facebook post of a photograph that was on, and Chevelle asked, because I think I know where we're going now. I think I know who we are talking to. And Chevelle asked who this person was, and the response came back that it was, if you Google search 4 out of 5. So I looked that up. Yes, and according to because I was curious, and so the photograph, when you actually go and do the Google search, you get this picture, and you can see that there are actually 5 women in this line. Only one of whom is looking directly at the camera. The other 4 are looking off camera. And the quote says, 4 out of 5 women let their men tell them what to do. Suggesting that the one who's looking at us is the 5th woman who doesn't. My immediate response to that was that there was a part of that caption that was missing. The rest of that caption reads, and the 5th woman couldn't keep a man and lived by herself with 50 cats until she died, and the cats ate her.
Yay! Yay!
Such a happy outlook. How's Kaya?
That is a happy outlook. Because if you think about it, since the cats eat her body, she doesn't have to go into the ground. She doesn't need a casket. Therefore, she becomes biodegradable, and then the world becomes a better place for it.
Except who's cleaning that
forward-thinking.
litter box
Very forward thinking.
after she's gone? Who's cleaning the litter box?
Isaac says, it's a rack for the rack. He's still talking about the Tata.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm not sure that it serves a practical purpose.
Oh, now we make a competing product called...
Why does
the-
it have to serve a practical purpose?
Well, I was gonna. I wanted
Anything
Todd
that
to
comes
finish.
from Ron
Let Todd
Popeil.
finish.
They have
Would
shoes
you let
that have
Todd-
like air pumps on them. That's not practical, but they still sell it.
Would you let
You don't
Todd
need to
finish,
sell
please?
The
practical
rack
shit.
sack.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. No,
I
I was
didn't
gonna say
hurt.
it doesn't serve a practical
Or the
purpose.
sack rack.
But I think I would probably enjoy seeing one in action anyway.
Okay, this is definitely
Yeah,
taking a left
yeah.
turn.
So what we gotta do is go get one of these Tata towels and get little CJ
All right, them's fighting words.
and
You guys should set up a sample booth.
put it on
Have
him.
one and sample the
A
Tata towel.
sample booth for the. Well, again, if the Tata Towel people wanted to start advertising with us also, we could totally set that up.
Become a licensed distributor.
No, they can just kick down some advertising dollars and provide us a few sample products, and we can go out
I'm
amongst the
telling
people
you.
and.
Competing product, the rack sack.
I'm on it.
We don't need the
Domain.com.
Tata towel.
The rack sack, huh?
Yeah,
Oh.
Joe, you could be the model. No, we need something bigger.
Yeah, Chevelle, I think.
Yeah, Chevelle, yours are definitely bigger.
I think I'm gonna cry now.
All right.
Gay.
Anyway. Gay.
Well, I gotta say,
Gawick does?
it's almost time for us to take another break. But I'm hesitant to do it because we actually have a phone caller tonight.
Well,
and I'm enjoying
well,
talking to the phone caller.
Just we got one kind of comment from Anthony,
Uh-huh.
and it essentially amounts to a sock. So it's kind of already been invented. It's the sweat sock.
I thought you were going to say something that rhymed with sock.
I thought about it
They have
because that's actually what he put.
Okay.
But we're trying to keep it
we
family.
have sweat socks.
Yeah. So we don't
Those
need
are
to.
gym socks.
Yeah.
Or they could
It's
call
a boy
it.
chicken
They could just
sock.
call it the jock sock, but but that wasn't really what I was thinking of.
Yeah, never mind.
Jock sock. Good.
Anyway, yeah,
Break time.
We really do need to take a break. So I don't know if you want to hang with us and come back, or
And
if
that
you
is
gotta-
how drugs work.
What?
That's
What?
how drugs work.
break time, and that's how drugs work.
No, that's from our last conversation.
Oh, I see. I don't see,
Uh-oh.
but anyway,
What?
Never mind. Forget it.
we'll be. Yeah, I don't.
Whoa! There's a really big old spider web. Oh, okay, my bad. There's a really big spider web.
That was awkward.
Yo, yo, yo! What's for breakfast?
Oh, there's a spider.
Okay,
Guys,
all right.
I'm having a National Geographic moment. Take a break.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right now. We'll be back right after this on Around Midnight.
Back to you, Joe.
We're not your classic superheroes. We're not the favorites. We're the other guys.
It's Around Midnight right here on Mixified's channel. And you've got the local boys right here. You've got Todd Fluker, who's manning the interwebs, CJ Divine, and I'm not really sure what he's...
I'm just manning.
He's
Just
the
manning.
agitator, and myself, Joe Carbonetta. And we hope you're enjoying the show tonight. We want to say thanks very much to our caller this evening, and apologize, by the way, since Fluker mans the interwebs. He's not so good with a telephone, as it turns out. Even going back to the old show, the original Around Midnight, he was not quite the great call screener that he was.
I was the best call screener we had.
You were the only call screener
That's what
we
I
had.
said.
So anyway, yeah, he inadvertently disconnected you a little prematurely, and we'd like to apologize. The first phone caller we actually get, and you hang up on him, Todd.
I don't know if it was premature. We talked
It
to.
felt pretty mature to me.
Yeah, it was like a 45-minute call, and it's only a 30-minute show. So.
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay, it's
All
an
right,
hour
anyway,
show.
so now that we've discussed AIs kind of talking to themselves, a la Skynet,
That is
and
so
that the
crazy.
end of the world is coming through Facebook.
I think-
Speaking of the end of the world...
Well, yeah, all right. I was going to dig into that one some more, but we'll leave that one
No,
be.
go ahead. No.
I was going to say, because there actually was, and I can't remember when I read this, but there was actually a project, and I want to say it's NSA, that they actually call Skynet.
Uh-huh.
They have a project that they have called Skynet. And I don't know if it's part of they're actually archiving the entire internet in a database, in a data center, not a database, in, I want to say it's in Utah, but I don't know if it's in Utah.
You know, given the age of that particular reference, do you suppose there are viewers right now who don't know what we're talking about when we say Skynet?
They had a remake.
Oh.
They've had some series.
I don't know why I would be
TV
surprised
shows.
at that.
Yeah. People know.
Okay, well, speaking of the end of the world, CJ, you had a very dark segment that you wanted to discuss this evening, and I'm going to just open the floor to you so you can introduce this topic.
I was just perusing the
Skynet
internet.
is a program by the U.S. National Security Agency that performs machine learning analysis
AI.
on communications data to be extracted to extract information about possible terror suspects.
So basically, it's the thing that listens to your phone calls, is what that says.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a real thing. And isn't that crazy that they chose the name Skynet? Because you know they know.
Yeah, of course
You know
they do.
they know.
Yeah, well, that wasn't an accident.
They gotta have a sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
And we got an update from Erin. She says she's fighting that huge spider.
Who's winning?
Probably the spider.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So go.
Well, since we're doing updates, Anthony says the Tata towel should be banned. It's a gateway accessory that can lead to more risque brassieres.
Todd's all for the more risque brassieres.
Yeah, well, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think Todd's anti-brassiere.
I'm actually for. In that case, let's legalize the Tata towel. You know. Anyway, dark subjects.
Well, oh man, how can this? We can't follow the Tata towel with this. This is crazy. No, they just released a study. The CDC released a study that says suicide rates among young girls ages 15 to 19 is at an all-time high. And
Apparently that's because nobody gave them the Tata towel.
So not cool. Too soon.
I'm going to try and forget you said that.
Okay. It's at like, I think 400,000 or something like that. And it's still lower than males, FYI. Males are
Wait, you're
almost
saying that
triple the
men
rate.
are more likely to kill themselves than women are?
Yes. If you go to the CDC's website, they have a section they call Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report, MMWR. And it's got some really interesting reads. I don't know how I ended up there, but that's where I ended up. But anyway, one of the reasons why
I'm heading to dropping like flies.
Wow. You are on it today. One phone call, and he's hitting all the buttons. Daggum. We need to get more calls for this guy. What made me think about this, though, is because in Pasadena, the Colorado Street Bridge has a nickname. Most people in Pasadena call it by its nickname.
Suicide Bridge.
It's the Suicide Bridge.
Okay.
And they recently, like within the last month, they put up these barriers because the bridge has been built and rebuilt a few times, and they have fences on the bridge to keep people from jumping off.
Yeah, there's been discussion about them raising the height of that fence.
Yeah.
Why don't they do like they used to, and they put that whole chain link
Where it
fence
curves
thing
over?
all the way across? Yeah, just basically
Well,
make it
they've
entire.
almost done that because they, in front of each of the little cutouts,
Uh-huh.
which is where people would climb up, they put another fence. So you now have a fence in front of the fence. And then this fence kind of curves, and it's got smaller links, so it's not the kind you can just climb in and get your feet in unless you climbed up barefoot, which a lot of people who commit suicide for whatever reason, they take off their shoes. I don't know. But this is becoming a bigger issue because right now, under the bridge, they built houses down there.
Right.
And there's actually a playground down there.
And they don't want somebody dropping in
Yeah.
on somebody's
So
house
to
with a
speak,
playground.
yeah.
But you know
Dropping
what?
in
Yeah,
uninvited.
exactly. Yeah. Isn't there even a ghost story attached to that bridge that
man,
on
there's
Halloween
several,
night
yeah.
there's like this woman
Yeah,
that
yeah.
appears and dives off the bridge every Halloween or something like
I'm
that?
sure there's a bunch of them. There's I've actually, when I used to produce a newscast, and we've
Isn't
done
that
several stories
La
about
Llorona?
who?
What? Who?
That the Spanish, like, I forget that weird Spanish like horror story. It's like the boogeyman for
Oh, all right.
for in Mexico. She's called.
Do you have
La
anything besides Mexican food?
La Llorona?
I have no
I've
idea
never.
what you're
I don't know what
don't
you
know
are
that?
talking about.
Ask your wife.
Yeah, I'll get on that right away as soon as the show's over.
Oh yeah. If we're not jumping off this bridge. But anyway, they built these fences, and now they're having this big discussion about how they're going to keep people from jumping off. And it's interesting because a lot of people are jumping. In the last few months, what happened since November that could possibly cause somebody?
Oh. Isaac wants
Trump
to
got
know.
elected.
Something like that.
Isaac wants to know. Men are more likely to kill themselves because they keep their feelings boggled up.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, interesting. So, should we be like getting a telephone number for him?
What we should be doing is giving out the name or the information for anti-suicide prevention.
Exactly. That's what I'm
hotline.
saying. Should we be getting him a telephone number right about
I
now?
think we should
I'm getting a little concerned. Where's Lewis?
We could try to
Track
find
him down.
Yeah, we should totally find Lewis. Lewis, if you're watching tonight, why don't you give us a call? Don't forget we are live, and it's 951-356-6882. There's a little bit of time left in the
You got
show.
10 minutes.
And if you want to talk to us this evening, you can give us a call.
Yeah. So one of the solutions they entertaining is suicide nets. That's pretty much it. I just think it's interesting.
Okay.
And that Jet Jackson jumped off that bridge.
Who?
The famous Jet Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the judge?
No, wait. It wasn't him. It was a different actor. I think he shot himself.
Facts, man. Get the facts.
I don't know.
Anyway, okay. So that was
it's Your Honor. Thank you, Anthony.
Is there a question in here, or was this just a by the way? Oh, by the by, people are diving off the bridge again.
Well, it's happened. They put the gates up like 2 months ago because somebody had just jumped off of it, and the houses they're I can't remember what they call it, where you build your own house. That organization, you go and anyway.
Skid Row?
No, not Skid Row. All right, whatever.
Anyway,
somebody jumped off. They put up the gates. Somebody climbed up the gates and jumped off.
For those
so now
of
they've
you
got to figure out a
watching us
solution.
on the East Coast right now, by the way, the city of Pasadena, the City of Roses, where the Rose Parade takes place, is also the place that is famous for Suicide Bridge, where people apparently are diving off at a remarkable rate, where more evidently than there are roses on the floats.
Well, let's not get that carried away. But it's a serious issue, man.
I found a number you can text if you're having suicidal thoughts.
Okay, why don't you just give us that number?
Putting that info on the screen. Text 741-741. Get help now.
I like the way he did that. So get help now.
Yeah.
That was very tender.
Yeah, we probably should have started the show with that and just ended it with the boob sack.
Especially since people might be getting depressed just watching us this evening.
Yeah.
Or you could call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Get help now.
Okay, all right.
Now it's a 40-year high.
Now that Todd is creeping me out.
But anyway, I don't know. Everybody's talking about suicide right now. I think, there was the lead singer of Linkin Park that just recently committed suicide.
Yeah, on the 1 year anniversary of his friend.
Yeah, from
Soundgarden,
Soundgarden, the lead
right,
singer
yeah.
of that band committed suicide. And it is just so crazy how people, just don't see any way out of their problem. And this, depression really just gets to people. And they feel like, their problems are just too big for them to handle. And it's so crazy that I feel like people don't know, they don't see all the help that's available to them. They don't see any of their friends that are telling them to call them and ask them for help.
Well, let's face it, if you've got friends like Todd, if you call in the middle of the night or, when you're really feeling low, chances are it's just going to go to his voicemail because he doesn't answer the phone. And even in the middle of the day, Todd doesn't actually answer his phone.
I got work in the morning.
Yeah,
Come on,
we've got
bro.
grown-up problems.
Like bills.
That's enough to make anybody jump off a bridge.
I would, man, I think we're going to have to dig into this a little bit more because I want to see kind of a statistical breakdown of how this suicide rates across different populations.
I would like to know what there's no exit poll for somebody who's dove off a bridge or a building.
That poll is pretty well exited.
I'd be curious to know what the number one cause of people wanting to commit suicide is. Is it a relationship issue? Is it money problems? Is it lack of friends? What is the number one cause of suicide? And I'm assuming it would be different for men than it is for women.
Well, with the news story that I found, one of they actually kind of built the story around one girl in particular who started a group. She tried to kill herself 3 times. She started an organization where she actually now goes to schools and talks to people about it.
This
and
wouldn't
she
be one
said
of your
that a lot
exes,
of it.
would it?
No.
Okay.
No. She's no. They're all quite happy. They wanted to do that before.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Anyway, yeah, exactly. That's why I was saying.
They're saying that it's bullying. So I think this 40-year high, if you count it, it goes back to 1975, which is kind of when women's liberation kicked in. So they've been killing themselves at a higher rate. There you go, equality for women. Now you can kill yourselves as much as men.
Aaron says, got to get those feels out, and a suicide net will help in the short term, but we need to figure out how to address and educate ourselves about mental health.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a serious issue because there is a huge stigmatism with mental health, a huge one, and that's not cool. But I think there's also not an honest conversation about what actually constitutes mental health. Some people are scared to talk about what is actually mentally unhealthy versus what's just a personal preference, blah, blah,
Would
blah.
you say that CJ is mentally healthy?
I can tell you for a fact that I am not.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the
mentally
same
healthy.
page on that one.
I
Okay.
can answer that question for you
I mean,
right
he
now.
seems okay.
I am functional. I am
There you go.
high. I mean,
High functioning
I have my coping
mental?
mechanisms.
Would you call this show a coping mechanism?
No.
No?
This causes me tremendous stress and angst.
Does it really? Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Except, but I don't get suicidal. I get homicidal.
Oh, great.
So,
now
I'm
we're-
fine.
That's great to hear when we're in such close
Yeah,
proximity.
thanks for that.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm trying to.
Isaac says,
Make you
I'm
guys
okay
aware.
now because I was noticed by you. And now I know I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Rock on, Isaac. We're here every Friday night. Give us a shout out next Friday night too, and we'll notice you then. We appreciate you watching us this evening. We need you. We need viewers like you. So you are needed.
Yeah, Joe, we're not here for him just on Friday nights.
That's right. We're here
You can
all the
post
time.
on our Mixified, Facebook.com/Mixified radio page all week long.
That's an excellent-
And we'll totally notice him then, too.
That's an excellent point. That's right. You can even call the number during the week
And leave us a voicemail.
And leave us a voicemail, and we'll get back to you.
Or tweet us at Mixified.
With an A.
MIXAFIED
Yeah. We
That's
should
the thing.
probably put that on the thing.
on
huh?
the screen at some point.
I'll
Yeah, that
get
would.
on that eventually.
All right.
Yeah.
If you get off that CDC morbidity and mortality.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
site.
I think there might be a connection between women's liberation and suicide rates. They're getting a lot angrier and a lot meaner to each other.
So you're saying that women are trying to kill themselves more frequently now because of other women?
I think
That's your
I
position.
think they are starting to experience some of the pressure that has pushed men to the higher suicide rate. Like I said, their rate is they're right now. It's
So
at
you're
about
saying that men wanted to
1.4
commit
million.
suicide because of women, and now women
No,
want
I
to
don't
commit
think- I
suicide
don't think
because
that's
of
it.
women.
I
Is that
do
what
think
you
the
just
two
said?
are related. Yes, I do think there are instances where men want to kill themselves because of women, and I do believe there are instances where women want to kill themselves because of men. But all of that stems from something deeper. But I just think that there's always going to be a certain set of circumstances, and society historically has protected women and children and expected men to be able to manage themselves. That is no longer the case.
Well, but if oh, I see. So you're saying they're not being protected anymore.
Yeah.
So now they're basically in the same
Yes,
fire.
exactly.
And now they
And
just
the
want to
rate
kill
is
themselves.
increasing.
Interesting.
And it's not super high compared to men. And all of them always tend to track along with recessions and the economy does track almost exactly with suicide rates. A lot of people, and that gets back to men breadwinners. But just from my own personal experience, I went before Obamacare and all this other stuff. I went to go get health care. I had a job that did not have health care.
It always comes back to Obamacare, whether
No,
it doesn't.
well, I have to put it in a context
It
because
is
now
the root
everybody
of,
has health
It's
care.
the root of all evil.
yeah, for Chevelle.
No, it's not. It's not. But but when I had the job and I did not have health care, my son had severe eczema. He needed to get treated. I bit the bullet. I went down to the social services office and I was going to go get the Medi-Cal, Medicare, or something like that, and they would not let me do it. They said that my wife had to come in and do it. They would not allow me as a man to go and solicit services to support my family. They told me she had to come in and do it because the services are designed to help women in the absence of a man.
You have to be kidding.
I am not kidding you. I'm not kidding you at all.
And that made you want to commit suicide?
No, it made me want to commit homicide. You're not following the conversation, Todd. So I'm saying that to say that's probably why you have the higher rate with men, because they have fewer places to turn. That's part of the reason why men are so combative, I think. I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't always just go to Hooters. It's not the
Yeah, I
answer
mean, it's
to
not.
all
They don't have
questions.
one in Old Town anymore. It does answer a lot of questions.
There was a Hooters in Old Town?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Huh. And it's gone.
it's gone.
Interesting. It's hard to believe that Hooters couldn't afford Old Town.
Eh.
Yeah, I want to know how many people are jumping off Suicide Bridge in Pasadena because of all the parking meters in that city.
Well, they pulled out the parking meters. Now they just have that one little thing, kiosk you go.
Well, either way, you still have to pay for parking.
Like, oh no, not another parking ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are terrible.
Oh, boy. And on that note, we got to get on out of here tonight. This has been another exciting edition of Around Midnight with the Local Boys. You've got myself, Joe Carbonetta, and DJ CJD over here. Chevelle
That's what I am
Divine.
today? Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah, you are tonight. Well, CJ Divine and Todd Fluker. on the interwebs and sometimes the phone. And we appreciate you watching tonight. I'm still thinking about that parking ticket crack. That was pretty good. I really like that. Oh no, not the parking ticket. I like the way his voice trailed off on that. Was fantastic. Anyway, Around Midnight is a Mixified production, and we just want to remind you to stay Mixified, and we will see you next Friday night.